morning and welcome to an all-new Eye of the Tiger. Back to school night is tonight, which means students get out early at 1 today. I'm Veda Castro.
And I'm Kelly Kennedy. In other news, this year's nominees for Boys State have been announced. RHS's Boys State nominees are Boston Tarble, Aragon Tajerna, Luke Donahoe, Andrew Zavala, and Eye of the Tiger's own Lucas Guzman. The nominees will have the opportunity to become the Boys State delegate after an interview with the American Legion.
So boys are selected for the program by the staff at all of our schools. So boys are selected because of their strength in academics, their moral good character, their service to their school and community. And so our 5 candidates are really, really impressive and a great representation of Roseville High School.
Over the next week and a half, students will be selecting their 2023 through 2024 classes. Students' 4-year planning sheet is due January 31st, and students must have their classes in Aries by the 30th.
And now we go to Joseph Bianchini with sports.
Good morning. Welcome to the first edition of EOTSN of the school term. I'm Joseph Bianchini. It's been a while since we've last broke down winter sports, so it's only right if we catch you guys up with where the 5 major sports teams are, standings-wise, at the moment. We start with the girls basketball team, who are sitting at 9-9 overall. They started off the season with a handful of losses, but went on a large winning streak and now are at the 500 mark. Girls basketball had a pretty disastrous season last year, but thanks to a new coaching staff and a monster year from Lolana Madrid, the program seems to be revived. Boys basketball sits at 8-12 overall and 0-4 in league. This team is filled top to bottom with young guys, and under the senior leadership of Ethan Oakleberry and Sleazy O'Neal, they look to improve ahead of what is a promising next few years ahead. Girls soccer are sitting at 5-3 overall and are 4-2 in league. It has been another solid year for the girls soccer team, who are right there in the playoff hunt. Securing second place would really help their chances in making the playoffs, though, and they are right there neck and neck with Intercom and Bella Vista for that second place spot. Boys soccer is 4-7-3 overall, but more importantly 3-3 in league, which just places them right in the middle of the standings. The team is getting better and better, and they are in a similar situation like the girls team, just with a bit more of an uphill battle because of Bella Vista having a firm hold of second place right now. And finally, wrestling is near the top of their standings, but the big thing to break down in terms of wrestling is their huge meet on Thursday. It is a senior night for a lot of very talented senior wrestlers, and they get none other than Wood Creek for their final meet of the regular season. That meet is a big part of the game action we've got for this week, but let's look into the game schedule as a whole now. Tonight, girls basketball takes on Bella Vista. Tomorrow, boys basketball also takes on Bella Vista. Thursday, girls basketball takes on Intercom, and of course, wrestling has their senior night versus Wood Creek like we covered earlier. And on Friday, both the soccer teams take on Bella Vista, with the girls staying at home and the boys going on the road. Friday's action also includes boys basketball going on the road to take on Intercom. And finally, Top Plays will be returning this Friday, so make sure to get your submissions into the Google form in our Instagram and Twitter bios, which are both at EOT Sports. But for now, we'll give you guys a sneak peek into Friday's Top Plays with a submission from JV Basketball. Danny Dimes is dribbling it up the court where he goes behind the back, spin move, another spin move, then passes it to the corner to Ren Marsh, who is cash money. But this wasn't just some ordinary 3-ball. Before the ball was even halfway to the hoop, Marsh turns around Steph Curry style because he just knows that ball is going in. The only difference between Marsh and Steph Curry is that Marsh's team is surpassing expectations, while the Golden State Warriors are flying far below them. For the rest of the top plays, tune into this Friday's broadcast and be sure to submit your top plays to the link in our social bios. And that's all in your home for Roseville High School sports, top plays, breakdowns, and more. Eye of the Tiger Sports Network, EOTSN. And now we go over to entertainment.
Thanks, Joseph. It's the start of the year, which means that there are a lot of new things to expect from Disney and Pixar. Last year had a decent amount of films that were all okay, with an exception being Strange World. Most of these films had simple plots that weren't taken to their full potential, which could have helped make 2022 the year for Disney and Pixar. I hope this year that they are able to fix the mistakes they made in the last year. So far, there have been a couple of Disney and Pixar films that have been announced that I and many others are excited for, which include Elemental, The Little Mermaid, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, The Haunted Mansion, and Peter Pan and Wendy. All of these movies, besides Elemental, are live action, which scares me a little because Disney doesn't have the best track record for these types of movies, but I'm putting a little bit of faith in them. I am most excited for Elemental because I think it would be a cute story about how two opposites attract each other even though they are opposite elements, almost like a modern Romeo and Juliet sort of situation. If Disney spends as much time and effort into the plot as they do with their animation, I think Elemental has a good chance of becoming a classic. And now we go back to news.
Thanks, Victoria.
A group of RHS students have been collecting toys for about a year now. We go to Brooke Ledang with more.
Hot Wheel collecting has recently taken some students' interest. Senior Weston Folia is passionate about his hobby.
Well, I like cars, like a lot. I have my own car. It was fun to work on, and I saw that there was like real cars that people actually have and like are made into Hot Wheels. Just the kind of cars I like Japanese import cars, European cars. So it was just a cool like way to just get little versions of them to have.
He has been collecting these miniature cars for over a year and has noticed a community of collectors.
There's a couple of people. I go to Target every morning, and there's a group of people that go on the weekends. They're definitely they're a little older than I am, and they've been collecting for a lot longer, like close to probably 20, 25 years. So I can imagine what their collections look like if mine's like this, and I've been collecting for a year.
Another senior, Alan Ostapovsky, has also taken interest in this collection.
I just like collecting them because I like all different types of cars. I like to have them all.
Ostapovsky's interest in cars has led him to collect and even find some of high value.
Some of my favorites on here. This is one of the rare ones. It's a chase car. It says 0 out of 5, so it's harder to find. I like this one because it's a car I really like. These two are sick. Got these from Weston. Shout out Weston.
Thanks, Brooke.
That's it for us today on Eye of the Tiger.
And remember, we're always on eyeofthetigernews.com. See you next time.